welcome in to the coronavirus-free podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Your host, Kevin Hurt, Brian Gerard.
I heard that cough, man. You better keep that down a little bit for real.
Hold on. Let me get this hand sanitizer. Well, I hope everybody's out there is doing okay out there.
Yeah, man.
In La La Land.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the best thing I've ever seen. Welcome into the podcast, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. That's all I gotta say. It's been a crazy week since the last podcast of this one. A lot has changed.
Wow.
A lot.
Dude,
and quickly. Yeah. And if you go to the NYMD podcast Facebook page, there's one person here who sometime last week put out there, and I quote, this guy's pretty smart. Let me see what he said.
Really?
It was Tuesday.
Oh. Will
we even have March Madness? That's what I put out there.
And that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
All right.
At 1:48. For a nice picture. Thank you for all the 399 people who engaged with the post. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I put that out there. And I got one person who did put a laughing face like it wasn't going to happen. I knew it. I called it. No one believes me. Everybody should.
Well, one of my questions to you was going to be, are you surprised by all this? But then I have to remember, you texted me. Remember you sent me a text like, man, this is crazy. Well, I forgot. I guess I can look at it. But pretty much saying like everything's getting shut down. Italy's getting shut down.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, but you know.
Yeah,
a week later.
Yeah. Well, you were kind of, as you do, it's just in your nature. It's kind of, you don't overreact to stuff, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Unless it's like you really believe in it. Like something like this isn't in your like wheelhouse.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it's not that. I mean, it's just a lot of unknowns right now.
Yeah, but
but
you don't go. What I'm saying is like you're not a 0 to 100 unless it upsets you.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying. So everything else, you're just kind of like, well, not. That's just how. But if it's something like Mark Teixeira's comment,
yes,
then you'll go to 100 real quick, like real quick.
Yeah.
But if it's something like this, and I'm talking about, hey man, it's gonna be crazy. Like, that's just how you normally are. But yeah,
okay.
But you hear one comment about something that you're passionate about, 100. So yeah, but yeah, I just had a feeling, man. I just had a feeling. So remember, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Spreaker apps at NYDMD Podcast. And we're also on Facebook. We're on Twitter, IG, and of course, we're also on YouTube, where you can download us and subscribe to us there.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's dig into this. Let's just give a quick recap as to what happened since we last did our podcast.
Ain't no sports.
No sports. Yeah.
There's no sports. There's no assemblies. There's no concerts. There's no
Broadway plays.
There's hardly any flights to or from Europe.
Speaking of flights, man, you can get flights.
There's nobody cheap at the gym.
You can get flights real cheap right now.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sure because we only probably flying with infected people at this point. I mean, this is crazy.
This is unprecedented, dude.
The only league that hasn't done anything as far as they've vaxxed their coaches, the NFL, to kind of limit their travel, so to speak, but they haven't pushed back the start of the league season and the legal tampering period,
right?
Which is the best name for something which is oxymoron.
Yeah. Now this is an awful. Don't get me wrong. This is an awful thing that's happening, but the way the NFL is gonna love this because they are the team that's getting all the attention. Like they wanna rule every month. They want to rule the news cycles every month of the year. Guess what? They're the only ones left standing now. And
they don't have an actual game,
right?
Or starting to play games like baseball is,
right? And the cool thing, I shouldn't say cool, but the thing is, what happens on Monday? Free agency is about to start. Mm-hmm. You don't need people in the stands and stuff. People are going to get into this even more. The NFL is going to be the talk of the sports world again. And they have the draft coming up next month. Guess what? When you get down to it, the draft, all it really is picking names. So if you can't have it in Vegas, if you can't have fans show up, guess what? you can still have a show, and you can still have commentary. You can still have highlights. You can still have all that stuff.
Have cameras at their houses.
Yeah.
And they can still, it won't be the same experience, of course.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but it's still something.
Right, but there's such an interest in the NFL draft. Guess what? They're still going to come out smelling like roses, man.
Yep.
So, but no, man, we got to talk. I mean, we got to talk about this. The sports world has pretty much been halted. Everything. So, here's my question. Do we have to blame Rudy Gobert for all this, man? And the reason I say this because before he got the coronavirus, we heard the virus. The Bud Light virus. The coronavirus.
That's what I was trying
Come on, man. It's 5 o'clock. What do you expect? Her?
I know, true.
It's not 5 in the morning. It's 5 in the afternoon.
As you're awake, obviously.
It's 5 in the afternoon. Hurt. No, but think about this. Before we heard about Rudy Gobert, right? NCAA, what were they going to do? Continue, but have fans in the stands. Nobody is shut down. They were still going to have games, just had no fans. Rudy Gobert got it. NBA said, peace out. We're out. Everybody else followed suit, man.
That's it. They were calling games left and right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the last game, on ESPN was supposed to be, I think, the Sacramento Kings against the Pelicans.
I was watching that game.
And then, it was started, people out there warming up. Actually, I don't think the Pelicans even came out.
No, because what happened was I had the game, and I think I had it on mute. But I had it on, and I was like, why are they still out there?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, because a referee who was there refed in the game with Rudy Gobert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. And so they called it.
Oh. Well, I was watching the game before, which was the Dallas Mavericks. I forgot who they were playing. And I think, Mark Cuban must have got a text or email. He looked at his phone.
On his face.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, man. So yeah, that was the last.
Yeah, that was like the live moment, as it was going through. Or even there was this MEAC women's SWAC, I think maybe.
Okay.
Women's basketball tournament game that was before they can't because they ACC tournament. All the tournaments were actually the big teams were actually gonna start playing that Thursday. Was it? Maybe. That Wednesday, I can't remember. When did they start canceling? I think maybe it was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
Yeah, it was Thursday. So they were actually going to go out and play just in front of no fans. So there was an actual game that started between, I can't remember, but it was two HBCU schools. I can't remember what it was. But that was the actual last NCAA game. And they found out it was canceled with like a minute 19 left in the game.
Oh,
the whole season. But it was like a 1-point game, but they decided to play it through.
Yeah.
And they did, and then the crazy thing is, as soon as the game was finished, the TV cut off because they weren't broadcasting any more games, and it said the rest of the season is canceled due to COVID-19. And it was like, oh, dude, this is ominous. You know what I mean? It was just kind of crazy that that happened. But dude, it was surreal. It's a surreal thing.
And you know what the messed up thing about all this is?
Everything?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and I'm not taking light of the situation.
No.
But this was the first
one. Try to have a little bit of light.
Yeah.
If you can.
But I was just going to say, this was the first year, man. We had everything coordinated, man. We both took our half days off, right? Man. We both remembered.
So it's our fault, basically. Is that what you're trying to say?
But yo, man, I was like, that the one time we remember.
We looked it up.
I know, we looked at it.
Oh, March Madness starts on the 19th and 20th. I'm finally going to get that half day, get off, go watch some games.
Yeah.
Guess what?
And you know what else is, I shouldn't say ironic, but this year, out of any year in NCAA men's basketball, I don't want to say in history, but since I can since I can remember, this was the most wide open year. There was no clear number one. Duke wasn't
in men's or women.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. You really had no idea who was going to win. Heck, we don't even know if North Carolina was going to make the tournament this year. Yeah, exactly. Okay, they were horrible this year.
Yeah.
But no, but man, it was so wide open. So
they had to win the whole tournament.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But no, man, it was just so wide open. I was really curious to see who's going to come out. And even for Maryland, I was like, man, this is a good year for Maryland to be 22-7 or whatever, because even though they're inconsistent, because it's just so wide open, they could actually go, if they get hot, they can go far.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Did the postseason have to be canceled completely? Now, I understand they don't want to play in March. But, I mean, could this been a tournament that... I mean, could they have rescheduled this tournament for some time in April? Oh, you know what? I just thought about it. Maybe not, because that's right. The way they set this up, they use different arenas and stuff throughout the country, and that would have been kind of... Yeah, I guess that would have been hard to kind of come up with a...
It's hard to come up with something where you involve all 60, whatever it is, 68, 64 teams.
Yeah.
Or then would you want to just eliminate, I don't know, 32 of them and just have a 32 tournament? You know what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't have that same feel. Even if you had 16 or 8 or whatever, it wouldn't have, like, you would, this is March Madness. It's called that for a reason. So you need all the teams participating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but now that I think about it, I don't think it's the issue of the teams. The issue is the venues and getting that.
Yeah, and with all those teams having to travel too. Because now, even if you push it back.
Yeah, but it's not like these teams had travel plans in the month of April. So I'm thinking that's something that probably could easily.
They could have had tests. And because they are student athletes.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, you never know. It could have finals. Yeah. For whatever.
But even still, though, that's something you could easily work. You could work around.
But that's per school. Like it would take time to sit there and figure that whole thing out.
But I don't think that they're too worried about the fact that these kids have finals. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. I think it's more of a venue thing.
Yeah, but a lot of venues are booked, and they're going to be booked. And a lot of
especially
them are NBA.
Arenas.
Yeah, some are NBA venues. And since NBA canceled, they got to reschedule those games maybe.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be a competitive thing.
Yeah.
Or unless you just hold all the games in Boise.
Or what you could do is hold them in different college arenas because they're not being used anyway, right?
No, I mean, some could be rented out for concerts, which aren't happening yet either.
I guess they could have. Yeah, like, no one's using Comcast Center now. Season's over, so,
Yeah, but then also you got to do the ladies and the men.
Yeah.
And it's still going into a whole nother...
Yeah, that would have been hard. Yeah, that would have been hard.
Because think about it. Logistically, they already have it mapped out.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do. We have everything mapped out.
Yeah, that would have been tough.
Then, okay, we at least got to... This is real. We got to push it back a little bit. You know what I mean? So then when you push it back too, then it's like, what are we going to do? How do we, then are you just going to seed people so they don't have to travel as much? So is it just going to be the West, Southwest? You just didn't have brackets by place because you don't want the Florida State team flying all the way.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the only
plane and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man, it would have been tough.
Yeah. And then just teams flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, but ultimately they made the right decision.
Yeah, they did. And I hate to say it, but in saying that, I do want to congratulate the Florida State men's basketball team. They were the regular season ACC champs.
Congrats, man. When's the last time this happened?
Never.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta think. There's always Duke in North Carolina
and Maryland.
So they're not there. So
not anymore, but we did win the ACC championship.
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe. We did win.
I'm talking about teams that are there now.
I understand, but
hold on, I wasn't done. And congratulations to Florida State for being the national champions of the NCAA.
Wait a minute, what the heck are you talking about, dude?
What do you mean? Well, the Florida State Senate has proclaimed Florida State is the national champions. Lawmakers voted 37-2 to pass the resolution on Friday. So that's awesome. Congrats to one of my favorite teams. This is our first NCAA title.
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. My Maryland Terrapins won the Big Ten championship, so what are you saying?
Come on, we would have beat y'all. Anyway.
No, we were highly ranked. Were we ranked higher than Florida State?
We were 4.
Oh, no, we weren't.
Exactly. Okay. Please. What do you think this is?
So wait a minute. Would y'all have been a 1 seed?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. We're 14. We are the ACC regular season champions.
Man.
It really does.
Man, both our schools win our conference championships.
Both teams had a really great year.
Man, Florida.
But more importantly than our feelings, I do feel bad for the seniors.
Yeah.
Not even just the seniors for basketball, but they canceled all spring activities. So
what's happening with like baseball right now?
It's done. Damn. There's no spring activity, so no baseball, softball, lacrosse, whatever that they do in the spring is done, and that's hard. Now, my question to you, Mark Swafford or Brian Swafford, the head of the NCAA, would you grant these kids an extra year of eligibility?
No.
I'm talking about the kids in the spring who never even played. Not even the basketball ones, but the kids that didn't even stepped on the field.
Yes.
Okay.
They should not be deprived of.
I mean, because they haven't even their season was just wiped out. They haven't even started anything.
It wasn't due to academics. You know what I mean? It wasn't due. I mean, this was a system wide thing. And they shouldn't be penalized for that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, how are you even going to do a draft? If there's no baseball season, kids, teams look at kids this time, to draft them and stuff.
They had, at least basketball had their season. And they were in the tournament. And it is sad to see some people, leave or whatever as seniors or juniors who could be eligible to go into the NBA. But they played. They did at least get through a whole season. The spring kids had nothing.
Wait a minute, though. Baseball did play. Because I think, baseball did play because Maryland actually was doing good. I don't know how many games they played.
They usually fly down to Florida.
I know, but they...
And start at this point it's probably like 3 or 4 games.
Even still...
Not like...
I think it's been more than that. But even still, I think they should be granted a special exemption or exception. Yeah. To be able to play baseball next year if they choose to.
Yeah, no, if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Right. Now, I mean, it hurts because that adds on an extra year. A year they could have spent in the minor leagues and get.
But if they're draft eligible and they're good enough, they're gonna go. That's my point. But if they aren't, say somebody like me, right? Say I have a scholarship. I'm not the best player in the world. I still play a little bit. I play on a team, and my season's gone. And this is my last season. But say I have a year eligibility left. I mean, if they grant it to me, wouldn't I want to come back and play? Well, why not? So I can come back to, Towson and get my whatever and spend an extra year there and come back and play baseball one more year.
Now, is this something that's being considered?
I think they're thinking about it.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, I think they're
Don't penalize these people. Don't penalize these kids, man. Come on.
Think of all the things that, hockey, the Frozen Four wasn't played, but they still had a season.
Yeah.
All those teams played during the winter, it's just the spring kids. But there's still no lacrosse games. There's no, Loyola versus, Hopkins or Towson or Maryland or, they didn't get to play at all.
Could these games, though, have been played just without fans?
No, because the kids are still around each other all the time. So it still has a way, if one kid gets infected, it just affects everybody. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody's so close. I mean, luckily, the Utah Jazz only had one other infected player at this point that we know of. So after they all got tested, so they got lucky. But, then I heard somewhere a fan could have gotten infected from the Utah Jazz game. Somebody signed an autograph. I don't know. That's just, I read that somewhere, but I'm not sure if it's real or not.
Well, just so you know,
that could happen.
Just so you know, I'm just being transparent here. Before you got here, I rubbed my hands all over your microphone. So
thank you, Brian Gobert. I appreciate it. And he was. I heard though from some ESPN source that there are a lot of dudes in that locker room that are pissed off at that dude.
Really?
Because he took everything so lightly. And I heard him and Donovan Mitchell aren't even talking to each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they were just like, dude, just chill out. You need it, whatever. And he was, as he said, he's sitting there touching microphones, thinking everything's a joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no, you actually have it. And it's like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. No, it's not your bad. We told you to calm your dumb butt down, and you couldn't.
Yeah.
And, now you got a teammate that has it, even though, again, they're younger, they'll be okay. But this goes far over the rim. MLS has canceled part of the season. XFL's, I think, done. Yeah. But, their players are going to be paid. So thanks, Vince McMahon, for that.
Good job, Vince.
NASCAR, the Masters.
So what's going on with NASCAR?
They have to run those races, but they've postponed them for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So, but they're going to just move them to the end of the year.
All right, that's cool.
And even in Europe, as we all know, Italy has been huge. Huge. A center back, David Rigoni for Juventus, has coronavirus. So they halted the La Liga season. They halted the Premier League. My coach was infected with the coronavirus. So the whole team was in quarantine. We were supposed to play today, but they halted all games because a player from was it Chelsea or Everton had it, so they had to quarantine that team. People can't play. It's all over the place. So there's literally no sports anywhere almost in the world.
Wow, man.
So, I mean, that's how big. But think about this globally. I mean, I think people really need to see it's a global thing. It's not just, we're missing basketball. No, they're missing soccer everywhere. They're missing baseball everywhere. They're missing football everywhere or whatever. They're missing things everywhere. This is how big it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, I wasn't shocked. But to your point, the Gobert thing was him and Tom Hanks probably was the big
dude.
Like, whoa, what's going on?
Wait,
here?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Man.
What the heck, man?
That hurt my feelings, dog. It's not Tom and Rita.
Like, Forrest ain't gonna go out like this, man.
I always say Forrest. That's not everybody. Mr. Rogers ain't going out like this.
Come on, man. Tom Hanks ain't no Mr. Rogers.
Rogers ain't going out like
when you think of Tom Hanks, you don't think of Mr. Rogers, Hurt. I think of Captain Phillips.
See, I don't even think of that. I think of the dude.
I'm not the captain now.
I think the dude from Saving Private Ryan, because that's what I'm on.
Nah, I always think of Forrest. I'll always think of Forrest.
I think of Turner and Hooch. or Big.
Think of Splash.
Oh my God. I think of Joe versus the volcano when I think of him,
Oh, man. Oh, man. Man.
Yeah. But you got to laugh, because Because we got kids that will be home for 2 weeks, so we're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
At least I got enough waffles for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And please, everybody, get your toilet paper.
Yeah, please. Good Lord, man. Oh, man, I was about to ask you. I had a question. I hate when this happens. I had a question in my head.
I think UFC's going to go.
Oh, okay.
I think in the smaller crowd. Even wrestling. Wrestling was in an empty arena.
Dude, that was
WWE
crazy.
SmackDown.
The highlights I saw, man.
It was so weird. They're interviewing, they're wrestling. Their normal matches are with no one there.
But it's just weird when you just hear them, talking to each other. And, as wrestlers, I'm sure you feed off of that crowd energy, and it's just not there.
No, it's not there. But it goes to their professionalism and how they act.
Yeah, man.
And AEW had a couple events, one in Rochester that they had to move to Jacksonville. A couple of ones they had to move that were in big arenas, and those places outlawed gatherings of more than like 250 people, stuff like that. So, yeah, it affects everybody.
All right, so this is what I was going to ask you, and you have no way of knowing this, but maybe you are Nostradamus or Herstradamus. I don't know. When do you think we're going to get back to some sort of sports normalcy?
Oh, the NFL this week.
Well,
I mean, you mean like on the field?
Yes, on the field.
Let's see, who's going to come back first? Man, probably hockey. I think hockey might come back first because the NBA is going to come back or reevaluate in 30 days.
Now, NBA, when they said they suspended the season, they're not playing any. Are they going to play the game? Because there's only, 8 games left in the season?
A little bit more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they going to play those games, you think, or are they just going to end the season?
It depends. I would see. Why not see how it goes? Why not? If you can rent those, make sure those arenas are available.
Okay.
Why not see how your ratings are in July?
Well, I really hope.
NFL tries to ruin everybody's fun.
Yeah.
If you're them, it's a perfect reason. It's a perfect thing to try. Like if you're baseball. Now, the only thing about baseball is that no one wants to have games in November. It's just
no.
It's just way too cold.
No,
and that's not going to work out. But every other team, I mean, you know what? Bring back doubleheaders. That could work. I haven't seen any real ones.
No, we can't have that because the crying baseball players will complain to the union. Oh, I can't play a double hitter. Oh, it's too hard. Crying baseball players, man. All they do is cry, man. I swear. These dudes, have some of the richest contracts in sports. They have the strongest union in sports. But, the coronavirus, we can't stick around in spring training. We don't know if we should go home or stay here with the team, stay in Florida or go home. Like, I'm frustrated. Yeah, you and everybody else. You and every freaking body else. Just chill out. Stop crying. You're not victims here, man. Just chill out.
In baseball.
Say what?
I thought there was no crying in baseball.
Tom Hanks said it best. Jimmy Dugan said it best.
Tom Hanks is everywhere on this podcast. That dude covers all sports genres. He's a hitman. The dude was chasing what's his name?
Leo.
Leo around.
Yeah.
He was a splash. He was dealing with mermaids and dogs, and he was a kid that grew up too soon.
He's also Woody,
everything.
man.
He's also Woody.
Yeah.
Yes, he's also Woody.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he talked to a volleyball. I mean, he's done everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Tom freaking Hanks.
Yeah.
And he's got corona, okay?
Wow.
It's not cool with that.
Not cool, man.
Not happy.
All right, well, we've talked a lot about coronavirus because, of course, that's dominated the sports world and literally the entire world.
And the podcasts.
But we do have a big sports story that happened this week. And not a lot of people talking about it, but the great Marshall Yonda hung him up, man, this week.
I really thought you were going to talk about Lamar Jackson's clothing line being back in stock because that was really... I really thought you were going down that road. I was like, yeah, we just were looking at big trust apparel.
But no, and see, this is the problem. I don't think enough people are giving this man the respect that he's due, man.
Marshall Yonda?
Yeah, man, like Marshall Yonda hopefully will be a Hall of Famer.
He played his whole career here, right?
13 years with the Ravens. He was drafted in 2007 in the third round. 13 years, 18 Pro Bowls, two-time All-Pro,
13 years, 18 Pro Bowls. My God.
I'm sorry. 13 years, 8 Pro Bowls.
I was like, dude.
2-time All-Pro,
He got
5 times
Pro Bowls he wasn't even here for.
5-time second All-Pro. And a Super Bowl ring, man. I hope he goes to the Hall of Fame. And if you think of at his position, the right guard position, there's no one who's done it better in his era, man. So I'm hoping he goes, man. Marshall Yonda is a big deal. He's going right to the Ravens Hall of Fame, which he should. And, man, it was just so cool because during his retirement press conference, man.
So he's going to go into the Ravens Hall of Fame before Jimmy Johnson gets into the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Ridiculous, man. Jerry Johnson's such a petty dude, man.
Jerry Jones?
Gosh.
What's going on with you today? I know, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, man. Gosh, can't be doing these evening
5 o'clock
podcasts. No, man. But no, and this is exactly what I'm saying. Yo, offensive guards, man, they get no love. They do all the dirty work and they get no love. And when you have a great one like Marshall Yonda, hang him up and doesn't get the attention he deserves, man. This guy was a great player, one of the greatest at his position in his era. And he needs to get more respect. I was glad to see some shout outs. I saw JJ Watt give him a shout out. So I was happy to see
Your
that.
boy JJ? You sure he wasn't doing it for himself?
Oh, gosh. JJ Watt. No, I actually like JJ Watt, but no, I didn't blame that on him. I blame that on the freaking Fox Sports or whoever, or CBS or whatever. But anyway, nah, man, but that's a big deal, man. I mean, one of the greats is hanging him up, and that's going to leave a tremendous hole in the Ravens' offensive line this upcoming season. But honestly, I'm glad he's going out on top. He sustained some injuries in the latter half of his career, and the last 2 years he's been injury free, and I think he just wanted to go out with his health, go out after a great season, and call it a day, man. Call it a career. He's got his ring, he's got his health. Played for one organization this whole year, man. That's how you do it, man. And he epitomized what it meant to play like a Ravens. Tough dude, man. He only gave up 20 sacks in 13 years, man. 20 sacks in 13 years.
I would say, barring that your quarterback for most of the time was Joe Flacco, that's huge.
Yeah.
Someone who had no mobility whatsoever.
Yeah. And speaking of Joe Flacco, he actually came to support Yonda at his retirement press conference.
Well, he should.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of awkward. You know?
How's that awkward?
Going back to your old job, you know, after they kind of let you go.
After
and
that boy
you.
saved your life probably more times than you can imagine. You should be back here for that.
Yeah, and he gave an interview. He said, you know, I kind of didn't want to go, but it's like, nah, I got to
It's like
go
Jeff
for
Saturday,
my boy.
whatever he does, Peyton Manning better call him. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. It's just like there's certain QB, like offensive lineman combos that you just kind of throw together. You know, all those Terry Bradshaw and those guys on that line. It just Troy Aikman in that line that they had.
No doubt.
So all of them just always should be best friends.
Yeah.
Like period. Like you should just love those people. He should love that dude.
Yeah.
I just think he, unfortunately for him, at least. And from my standpoint, I don't ever really look at the news. And I did see that he was retiring, and I did see some comments, but it just happened during the wrong time. That's all. Yeah. Like, honestly, if none of this happened, it would be a bigger story, I believe. I mean, still,
I don't think coronavirus has anything to do with it.
I just think it's just, but that blanketed everything.
Yeah.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? That knocked everything out the news.
Yeah, but if Tom Brady were to retire today, it'd be the number one on the news.
That's Tom Brady. You can't compare those two.
No, but what I'm saying...
Tom Brady's bigger than coronavirus.
Okay, not Tom Brady. If Cam Newton were to retire today, it would be number one on the sports cycle. My point is, here's a great...
You know what it is, though? I'm
he's an offensive guard.
Exactly. It's his position.
Right.
It's his position.
Right.
If it was a defensive... If it was J.J. Watt or defensive... Or even Jadeveon Clowney.
Right.
Or something. It's just their position. Offensive linemen just don't get respect. Period.
Right. Nobody watches...
You have to be... like a Jonathan Ogden type respect level,
right.
In order to, and also Jonathan Ogden was like 6'9",
yeah,
too huge to get that kind of respect. So
yeah, but nah, man, shout out to you, Marshall, man. You did it, man. You did your thing, and I do believe you are going to be in the hall one day. Maybe not first ballot. It might take you a little bit to get there, but you're going to get there, man.
But you will get to the Hall of Fame. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this side. We're going to go to the Corona-free the B side.
The C side. Oh,
that's C's for Corona. Stop it.
Yeah.
But, of course, you can find us all on our social medias, on Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. Apple, Facebook, IG, Twitter, YouTube, at NYMD Podcast. And see you on the B side. Welcome into the B-side of the NYMD Podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrod here for your entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. We're going to have to talk a little... All right, welcome into the second attempt of the B-side of the NYMD Podcast. Your hosts, Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrod.
Oh my gosh, what is going on? I mean, this coronavirus might be attacking our equipment or something. I don't know what's going on.
I think you need to get tested. Luckily, though, you have a chance to say all those words that you messed up.
Oh man,
I won't forget.
Like extinction.
And you know what? And they don't get to hear us babble about the 7 continents.
Oh, so that's right. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Folks, you missed the NYMD Podcast Geography quiz. And you know what? And you're better for it, baby. Well, welcome to the B-side here, the Corona-less side.
Yeah.
The COVID-19 less.
Yeah.
So on this side, we're going to talk about Survivor.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a little bit what we're going to watch on TV, since now we're going to have to go back to a norm, a different norm where there's actually no sports.
Right.
So,
and we're also going to talk about what you would want to see. What sports you would want to see. Like what games you would want to see.
What games that we grew up or we saw, or maybe we didn't see.
Yeah.
That if they played them on TV, this is what we would watch. Like,
yes.
What if it's a Game 7 or a Super Bowl or a World Cup or even a World Cup tournament, because you kind of have enough time to play the whole tournament.
Oh, you know what?
You want to watch that whole thing.
And I'm glad you said something, because you just reminded me of something else I would want to see.
All right. Or, for me, listen, I would love to see more curling. So, that would be awesome. But, yeah, of course, follow us on, excuse me?
I just said, whoa, that's all.
Okay, all right. Of course, you can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, the Spreaker and Stitcher apps. And, of course, we're on social media at Facebook, IG, Twitter, and on YouTube, where you can subscribe to us. And we are at NYMD Podcast. So we want to start off with the Survivor thing, man.
Yeah, man.
I know this one hurts your heart, man.
Yeah, Survivor sucked because
it
was an awful episode because we got to see the great Boston Rob play like an amateur. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Wow, dude.
It was ridiculous. Come on, man. Like, here's the thing, right?
That's
dude's played, this is his 5th time playing Survivor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Okay.
But he's played, he's been playing for almost 20 years, man. Like, he first played in 2004, I think. Something like that, or 2003. Anyway, the bottom line is he used a stupid buddy system strategy where he thought he has his alliance with Ben and Adam. Okay? They were going to vote Sarah out, who, by the way, has run 7 marathons on 7 different continents, by the way.
Yeah, I just ripped out my headset. So real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So someone posted on Facebook.
Oh, boy.
I'm dying here. I can't even hear myself talk. But someone posted... Hold on. Wow. He said, he went to CVS to get toilet paper. They were out, so he bought a candy bar and he kept the receipt. So he's like, at least that's going to last him for a while. Because you know how long those CVS receipts are. I just... Oh, my God.
Boy,
stuff like that makes me happy, people.
That's pretty good.
It was... All right, so Boston Rob.
Yeah,
he gets to park the car.
Yeah, he can park the car back home somewhere. Cause
at Extinction. He parked the car at Extinction.
Yeah, he sucked, dude. You can't play Survivor that way. Or that was, first of all, it's boring to watch for people at home, and I'm sure it was so boring for his tribe to play. I mean, you're sitting around campfire, right? Telling ghost stories and talking about Oreo cookies and what your favorite flavors and all that stuff. And nobody can leave.
Because you know they have 10,000 flavors nowadays.
The not golden stuff. What do you call it?
They do have double stuff. They're just the golden Oreos.
Yeah, golden Oreos. I don't mess with the regular traditional Oreos or the thin Oreos or the double stuff. Just give me the gold Oreos, man. Because they taste like an actual cookie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that Oreo is. Cookies aren't supposed to be dark. Aren't supposed to be black. I like my cookies yellow. Okay? Or brown.
Golden. You gave them a new color and everything. They're called golden Oreos, not yellow. Unless they have lemon in there.
Hey.
The golden lemon Oreos.
Oh, my gosh. No, man. But Rob played the sucky game. I mean, come on, dude. And nobody wants to watch that. Like, look, he's my favorite player. I love Rob, man. But you sitting around camp, can't talk to nobody, can't leave, can't go to the bathroom. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, come on, man. And the whole, I hate, you know what I hate, honestly? What's that?
The whole empty your pockets thing.
Yeah, well,
like this. I mean, it's just
it's too aggressive, dude. You're trying to control every aspect of the game. Yeah. Look, so at the end of the day, Survivor is a game of trust, and you have to build trust, man. And you can't always control the vote, or you can't always control every aspect of it, dude. You got to build You got to trust people. But who am I to talk, dude? You know how to play the game. You've been playing this thing forever, so
yeah. I mean, but I think there comes a certain point for him. like he knew he was up against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he said, every time there's a tribe swap, that that's when he's always in trouble. And I think because again, there's two women that are on there. There's Ben and there's Adam.
Yeah,
him and Adam. You know, he kind of knows Adam's gonna be wishy washy.
Yeah.
Ben tried to get rid of him before.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe he was just like, if I just try to psych him out, it might work. But it just did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens to that camp next week. Now that Rob is gone, they're down to 4 players. That's going to be tough, man. That's really going to be tough for them. But we'll see. Can't wait. 2 people getting voted off next week. So we'll see what happens, but no, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it, but I gotta watch something on Wednesdays now, because I can't watch
it's Modern Family
basketball anymore. Yeah, I do need to watch Modern Family.
AEW wrestling.
Oh, they're
NXT. Well, again, like I said in the first, they had to move because their last was Rochester, which is a hotbed at this point in New York.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they had to move that show to Jacksonville. So,
okay.
Excuse me. So that, they had to. Everybody's moving things around. If they can have shows, again, like I said, that WWE show, as I just showing you pictures of, wrestling in front of, there's no fans there. So, but we're still fans of Survivor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I love Survivor.
And next episode, 2 tribes are going to tribal council.
Yes.
Man, there's going to be some fireworks.
Yeah, man. My man, Jeremy, he's got some work to do.
I feel like he's struggling for some reason.
No. Jeremy's playing a good game.
You think so?
Okay. Yeah. He's fine. He's doing good, but he doesn't have Michelle, his
go-to person.
Yeah.
And maybe that hurt Rob not having Parvati, and Parvati's going to be a target coming up too.
So, but one thing Jeremy has going for him though is he's got that advantage. Fire tokens, but he also has the safety without power, so he can roll out of tribal council if he thinks like he's in trouble. He can't vote, but he can roll out and be safe. So that's always good, man. But
that would be crazy. Like I can't wait for somebody to play that.
I've never seen that played before, so I'm going to see somebody actually play it. And see
so they had to play it before the vote, or
so that's why I'm not sure. So I don't know. Yeah, it has to be before the vote.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So at some point he's going to be like, you know what, Jeff?
I'm out of here. I'm out here.
That's gonna be good. But the cool thing about Survivor though right now, so we have like 6 people on edge of extinction. But man, we have a lot of people in the game right now that has advantages. I mean, we got 3 people with idols. We have Sarah with a steal a boat. We have Jeremy with a safety without power. I mean, we got Parvati with 4 fire tokens. Yep. I mean, this is crazy. So, even though there's 14 people left, half of them have advantages, man. Sure. So it's gonna be cool, man, to see what goes down next week.
You know what I keep thinking about for some reason? Like, how would Survivor be? I know last week we were talking about athletes and stuff, like with Autobots and Decepticons. Like that would be. So imagine then they're on like separate tribes, and then Autobots have to vote each other out. You know how hard that would be? Bumblebee, you're going to Extinction Island. Just imagine that. Like Bumblebee had to get the torch out, and he got voted out by Grimlock, Optimus, and like Ironhide. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side, they probably just fight each other. But then they have to merge.
Take Starscream out of there, please.
First of all, leave Starscream alone.
Starscream! Oh, God.
Leave me alone, okay? Autobot lover. Dude, that would be, just imagine. Dude, I wish someone would just make a cartoon like that. You remember, what was that cartoon? They used to have like all the old Robot Chicken or something. They used to have like old Transformer, Thundercat. Like they were throwing in some weird episode about toilet paper. Who knows? Like I think Lionel was living in like a trailer park. It was something crazy like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe I got to show you that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was dude, it was crazy. But I'll show it to you.
Okay.
But just I guess putting them in a whole different realm. Like Starscream and Megatron in Amazing Race. You know what I mean? This is that would just be hilarious to me. But that's how my mind works, so it's a little bit odd.
Wow. Okay. All right.
But speaking of entertainment,
yes.
What on TV besides that TV show on Netflix that you've watched 45 times?
Love is Blind. Yes.
What else on TV since there's no sports now?
All right.
What would you Well, would you binge? Do you think you would binge?
Oh yeah,
more,
I am a binge watcher. Okay. So right now I binge.
You're a tablet binge watcher.
Yes, yeah. And see, it makes it so much easy. So right now I'm watching Hunters on.
How's it? I do want to watch that though.
Well, it's good.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is good. It is good.
But have you watched the whole thing yet? Or?
I'm on episode 8 or 9. Okay, so I'm almost done.
I wouldn't start at episode 6. I don't want you yelling at me.
No, please. Oh gosh, can't believe you started watching and
yelling at me for no reason. How could you possibly even get a little bit of what this show is about? Starting it on 6. I don't care what comic book you read, where you grew up at. Like, okay, my bad.
Oh man. No, but right now, yeah, so I'm on about episode 8 or 9, so it's about to end. It's a good show. It's some parts that are a little slow, but I get why. I understand why, but it's good. The concept is cool, man. Yeah. I will say that. And that's what kind of drew me in, was just the concept. So I'm more so watching it now just to see where this all ends up. So that's the show I plan on watching. My show Westworld is about to start again.
I was going to actually ask you about that. So, as someone who's never watched it, and someone who's never going to watch it. So let me just put that out there.
Okay.
I remember the premise from the outside of a person who's never watched the show was about people and robots and stuff.
Yeah, so Westworld is a place where rich people go on vacation.
Okay.
So basically it's a place where you can live out your fantasy. So you go to it's a Western world, and you have these robots called hosts that are playing certain characters. Mm-hmm. But it's the type of thing, like, you could do anything. Like, you could shoot them and kill them, and they'll just fix them up, and they'll come back the next day, and they get their memories.
So you can have like a lightsaber fight or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But it's pretty much they're these storylines that are already built into the park, and you're like the main character in the story.
Gotcha.
And so as soon as you enter Westworld, for instance, there might be a bank robbery, and you might get a chance to shoot the
bank robbery,
the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
But can you get hurt if you're in there?
No. Okay. They get hurt, but they can't. They are programmed where they cannot hurt you.
Okay.
Which is when everything gets kind of flipped on its head, because the robots start gaining consciousness and they want to start hurting humans. So. Yeah,
which is what's coming up in this.
No, that already happened in the first season.
Okay.
So like, each season is like a different layer, and I can't really get into it. But the thing about Westworld is this:
spoiler alert. Why can't you get into it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said you're not.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, but there's some people you might not watch it. But
spoiler alert for the next 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Westworld.
Anyway, there's a different layer. So basically, the first season is okay. Yeah. We gain consciousness. We want to get revenge on humans. Mm-hmm. The second season is like, okay, now we're going to enter into their world. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So we're leaving Westworld and we're going to go into the human world.
So Westworld is like an actual physical location.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. It's a physical. It's like
just somewhere in Arizona. Like,
yeah, but it's huge.
Yeah.
And then we also find out in the second season, not only is there Westworld, but there's like Raj world, like it's like an Indian world, Indian land, a samurai world, so you can go to ancient Japan and stuff like that.
I would be there.
Yeah,
dude, that Ninja Batman is still one of my favorite Batman ones.
Ninja Batman.
Okay, I'll fill you in on these things.
Okay,
see, that's the stuff I watch. People want to watch Love Is Blind, dude. Get me on DC, whatever it's called, streaming service,
Universe.
And I'm watching. Yeah, thank you. DC Universe. And I can watch Shazam all day. Like, that's just me. Like, I want to watch no, dating show or 90 Day Fiance, because I know my wife's not.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you watched.
I'd say that for the marriage. It's for the marriage.
All right.
There's certain things you sacrifice in life. And one of those is, hey, honey, you're watching 90 Day Fiance? Let's watch it together. It's only an hour. Wait, it's 2 hours today? Oh, God. You got to sacrifice those things.
All right. No, but Westworld is cool. But here's the thing with Westworld, right?
So can they actually hurt humans now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gaining consciousness.
Yeah.
But it's more complicated than that. It's like, and this is the thing with Westworld. It's a very dense, it's a hard show to watch because it's one of those shows, it reminds me of Lost in a way, like with Lost, you have to pay attention with Lost because you don't know if something's a clue.
Yeah. It's like Inception or something.
Yeah, but Westworld is like, and actually, this is one of the Nolan brothers is one of the showrunners for the show, by the way. But anyway, so this show is it's not like watching a regular TV show. You have to really pay attention to every scene, every conversation, everything. And it's so much going on, dude. If you don't pay attention, you're going to get lost. And that's why I think you either love it or you hate it. And I love shows like that. I love shows that make you think. And I like shows with different layers, where there's one layer, but then there's a layer underneath that. And then it's like unpeeling the onion. And you're really trying to get to what the root is going on. That's how Westworld is. But it's very, very hard. It's almost like studying for a test, man, watching this show, man.
Whoa,
seriously.
Don't want that.
So
no more tests. That definitely makes me not want to watch it.
Yeah. It's tough because I know the people I told about them. It's like, yeah, I watched it, but I just couldn't. I want to understand what's going on, or I couldn't get past episodes such and such. But it's a great show, man. It is a great show. Great show.
All right. Well.
So I'm watching Westworld, watching Hunters.
I'm still gonna try. I will try Hunters.
Okay.
I will definitely try Hunters.
Yeah, I'm curious what you think, because I told somebody else about Hunters and they started watching it. Can't wait to finish up Curb Your Enthusiasm this season.
Okay.
Dude, have you ever seen that?
I've watched 0 episodes.
Dude,
of Curb
it
Your
is.
Enthusiasm. Everybody loves it though.
Dude, let me tell you, Curb is so funny. In this season, I don't know how Larry David does it, man, but this season is
like one of the funniest.
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished, when the season wraps up, I'm gonna rewatch it again. It's that funny. Like,
all right,
because I don't know how to explain it, man. But
his humor is. It's good. It's like common, regular humor.
Yeah, but it's it's almost like he thinks of these things like that everybody else is thinking of, but on the show he has the guts to kind of like say, I can't explain it, but it's just so freaking funny, man. So so I think I'm just going to catch up on those shows while there are no sports right now. Like you said, I'm going to get some reading done, going to do some painting, and that's about it. Any other shows you gotta catch up on?
Blacklist is restarting.
Oh, okay.
This Friday coming up.
Wow.
So I'm still missed the last 2 episodes I haven't watched. The problem is when things go on a hiatus or winter break, and it's a long winter break. Like I have a hard time then because it's been out of my conscious and my schedule.
Yeah.
For so long, I have a hard time bouncing right back to it. You know what I'm saying?
You bring up a good point, because let me tell you, I've stopped watching TV shows because of hiatuses, and I hate to say it, but Blacklist is one of them. When the Blacklist first came out, I watched it like the first 2 years, but them hiatuses messed me up, and then I would forget about it, and then I would just stop watching it. Like if it's not a show that I'm like super super into, it's really hard for me to come back from these hiatuses, man. What's the one? This Is Us. I might be done with This Is Us, because it's like, yeah, I like the show, but it's like the hiatus came and it's back, but I don't know.
I'm not even a fan of the show.
What, This Is Us?
Yeah, everybody watches it. I watched a couple episodes and it does look really good, but I'm not a person that goes with shows everybody really loves, and then people crying, and I'm like, I
think that's the problem. Like, who cares? Like, my thing is, who cares if everybody's watching it?
Well, just because every day you sit there, you go on Facebook, and this person and a toaster and a fire.
I get it.
Dying.
I hear what you're saying, but my thing is,
good gravy.
But the thing is, if you know you're not doing something because everybody else is doing it, who cares? Like that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing. Like with Love Is Blind, like I just started. The only reason why I started watching it because it was a trailer on Netflix, and I was like, this is cool. And then I found out as I was watching it that everybody else was. I don't care. If it's a good show, it's a good show. You got your whole family. Yeah, me and Leslie, man, just started watching it. It's great. Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, you don't want to be doing what everybody else is doing, but sometimes you miss out on stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but to me, it's just a TV show.
Yeah, like, of course. I mean, all this it's just entertainment. Look, all this stuff is really sports. Entertainment, it's an escape, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something. Sports is something that I used to do, that I loved, and
I still talk about.
Yeah, and I can't play sports anymore. I don't play sports anymore.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't play. I shouldn't say I can't. I don't play sports anymore, but I still love watching sports and talking about it. So I do that. But I don't know. It's all good though, man. But you had a really good question for me, man. I can't wait to tackle this right now. But one of the things that you asked was, okay, there's no sports on right now.
Nope.
But you could, if there was some sports programs you could watch that you would want to see, what would those be? Man, that's a great question, man.
Like, there's things from your past that you saw or maybe haven't seen.
Well, I'm going to bring up a couple things.
Okay.
The first thing that came to my mind.
I wonder if we're going to have any of the same things. Probably not.
Probably not, because we never do.
I mean, we are from different places. So sometimes if you were in the same area, but you never know. But go ahead.
So, the first thing, no, this is in no particular order.
No, there's no order to it.
And I could watch these things because I have the DVDs, but the 2 Ravens Super Bowls, man. You know, just watch those games. You know, I haven't seen them in a while.
Now, would you watch them live? Like, just watch the whole experience like it just happened? Like, they're showing the Super Bowl from beginning to finish, halftime show and everything.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, hey, this is NFL Network and they're broadcasting the entire Super Bowl. Heck yeah, I want to see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I even take the Beyonce halftime show with the lights. I'll even take the 38-minute delay when the lights were out in New Orleans. Yes, I want the whole experience of it. I want to see those Ravens Super Bowls again.
So, sure. Yeah. And you know what? We get to see Colin Kaepernick again. How about them apples?
Yeah, man. Hey, that'd be cool. Let's see. You know what else I would want to see, man? Boxing sucks right now. I'm sorry, but it does.
Well, no, I mean, I was really up for that last fight. Now, the problem is, what else is there?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I would want to see all of Mike Tyson's fights, man.
Not the Buster Douglas one.
That was the one I wrote down. Even the Buster Douglas one, man. I want to see. Let me take that back. I want to see the Mike Tyson fights up until the Buster Douglas fight. I don't want to see the ones afterwards.
That works. Yep.
But I would just love, if ESPN was just broadcasting all his fights, because it wouldn't take that long because they were only like 30 seconds. Yeah. So, but wouldn't that be cool?
45.
Yeah, that's true. But wouldn't that be cool? Just just chilling, just watching Mike Tyson's fights, man.
Dude, I could watch that all day.
Yeah,
or even in the press conferences.
Yeah. Just I'll take your heart. I'll eat your children. My style is impenetrable.
Yo, well, he was sounding like you earlier. You guys are trying to say the same words earlier. Oh man, he still scares me. It doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah, man.
I'm not messing with that.
Nah, I would never mess with that dude, man.
Not ever in the history of existence of life.
No, so I wouldn't mind seeing Mike Tyson fight show.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. So let me.
Can I?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
I got a couple more. Miracle on Ice. I've never seen the Miracle on Ice show.
Okay. It's almost like I said Miracle. Is it Miracle or Miracle?
That's the Baltimore coming out of me, all right?
The Miracle on Ice.
Miracle on Ice, man.
Listen, I know what happened here in America, so I got you. I got you, son.
Yeah, I've never seen it. What was it, on tape delay, right?
Yeah, it was on tape delay.
Yeah, man. So
Lake Placid, New York, baby.
Yeah, so I would like to see that. I would love if they rebroadcast Tiger Woods' first major, the Masters. Okay. I think, what was it, the 1997 Masters? Dude, when he won by 16 strokes or whatever. Dude, I would love to watch that again. Oh, man. That was awesome. Him hugging his dad after dude, I would love to watch that again. And lastly, just watch some Orioles World Series, like the 1970 World Series. I never got to see the 1966 World Series when they beat the Dodgers. The
1969 World Series.
No, we don't have to see that one.
That's definitely on my list.
No, we don't have to see that.
We can watch that together.
Actually,
we can watch that together.
We can watch that. So
that would be a great idea.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the only things I could really think of. What would you come up with, man?
The 1986 World Series.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I would watch all 7 games.
I'm sure.
I would love every minute of that World Series.
Oh man,
the 1969 World Series. Since we only have 2, I didn't see that one, so I want to experience that. I'm sure it's somewhere on DVD, but I would just like to watch all. I don't even know how many games it went. Maybe it went 7. Just to see how I was there back in the day at Shea and that at Memorial.
Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium.
Man.
So that would just be cool to do that.
Man,
see Brooksy out there,
the hot corner.
Yeah. What else?
Seeing Swoboda make that crazy catch.
Yep. See, And I think I have I know what I would want to see. Florida State's first national championship.
What was that, 92, something like that?
That was 92, 93?
Okay.
I think, with Charlie. I think Charlie Ward was there.
Yeah.
For that one, I would want to see that one. What else would I want to see? I think my issue now, because I'm so far emotionally removed from Washington, that I wouldn't want to go back and really care to see.
Wow.
Yeah, those
really?
Super Bowls.
Doug
even though I
Williams?
remember. The Doug Williams, I remember. I'm ripping, I remember. I just because I don't have that feel for the team like I used to, so that kind of takes away from it. I would want to see the 99 World Cup, the Women's World Cup again here, where they won and Brandi Chastain took off her shirt.
Yeah.
That moment, I would definitely love to see that.
Okay.
Probably most of the World Cups I would like to see, to be honest with you. The one in France, I don't think it was in France, but the one where Zinedine Zidane headbutted the guy from Italy, that was just the craziest thing to watch ever live. Like, did he just really do that? Champions League, Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid was pretty cool. It was very dramatic. Arsenal, any Arsenal game, of course, usually.
Okay. Right.
Or even just highlights from the year we were undefeated.
Okay.
Because we're the last undefeated team, because luckily Liverpool. And
what year was that, by the way?
That was 92.
Okay.
92. Like before I started following. And 2002. 2002. Sorry, 2002. Where did I get 92 from? Because maybe I was thinking about the last time Washington won the Super Bowl. It's a long time ago. I think that's probably like the first things that come on top. But there's been also just some regular, in the Olympics. Like I'm an Olympic nut. Of course, curling. I watched it when the USA won gold. I watched that. That was awesome. Wow. I would want to see that. The one Olympic final between USA and Canada in hockey, and we went to overtime, and we lost to Canada. That was. Man, I was angry. That was that was one of the best U.S. teams. Oh man, that's when all the NHL players. This can't be no.
Oh, okay.
Could have been one of the. They have again,
has it been since the
all in my head is like Summer Olympic years.
Yeah.
So it was years ago, but I remember Jerome McGinley and Sidney Crosby were on that team. And they beat us, but we had such a good team, and that was the final, and it just hurt, freaking Canada.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the Olympics, because that was actually going to be my next question for you. Is Corona going to take out the Olympics?
Man, well, we still got a couple months. It is in Japan.
Yeah.
They can pull it back a little bit, and I kind of believe that that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be delayed.
When did the Olympics start? In June or
end of June, July?
Okay,
I do believe, but I think it could just be delayed because you're sending a whole bunch of people over to
man,
flying over there, so that's going to be tough. But I believe they may they're not going to cancel it. I feel like they're going to postpone it, or they're not going to move it either. I mean that would be a whole bunch of money Japan would be losing on that.
Yeah.
I think, like I said.
They start, July 24th.
Oh, yeah. What am I thinking about June?
Wow, I thought, so that's not,
yeah,
that's
they
not
usually
bad.
do start at the end and go in August.
So that's 4 months from now. So hopefully.
Yeah, I think it should be fine by then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. What else? Mets, Florida State. I feel like I'm missing something. Or I feel like I'm just missing some great games.
I
gotta forget that. The LeBron James against Golden State.
All right.
When they beat Golden State, have to
that'd be cool.
I watched all that, or even LeBron's first championship. I'll probably watch. I don't want
to watch that.
I do.
No,
of course I would.
No.
With Miami.
No.
What else would I watch?
Oh yeah, that's right. We could watch Jordan's championship.
I'm skipping all of those.
Yeah,
I would watch the Lakers. The Lakers-Boston series.
You know what? Honestly, that's what I would. No, in all seriousness, I would want to watch Jordan's first championship.
Okay, good. That makes one of us.
Yeah, because I didn't see it.
You didn't.
I wasn't into
basketball that much.
Basketball.
I know what else. I would want to see Cal Ripken's last game again.
Huh? That's a good one.
Because there was always the rumors since we were here when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
The rumors of when he was going to sit
Yeah.
and everything, and he played. And then, being here, Cal was playing third at the time, or was he still playing short?
Third.
Okay, yeah, he was playing third.
Yep.
And then it was emotional. Just not seeing him out there, because even though, again, not an Oriole fan, but I'm a baseball fan. Just like I respect most George Brett's, the other real Cal Ripken's Cal freaking Ripken.
Right.
It's not like he's just some regular, he's Cal freaking Ripken. And to
Ripken.
see him go through this streak of consecutive games that no other man has done, and then he's going to sit, was just like, it's I don't know, it almost seemed painful in a way, you know what I mean?
It's crazy. People forget. So Cal broke Luger's record, right? 21-31. And he didn't sit until 26-32.
Yeah,
like he played like 500 more games.
He kept going. Yeah, like a long time.
Yeah, man.
That.
So, yeah,
but
man.
yeah, it's almost like Eli's in a way, because Eli but like that wasn't like Eli's, but meaning to me, like Eli didn't miss a start since he started, I believe, in the league, and then the way that his happened to me was a total disrespect. But I'm glad that didn't happen to Cal at all.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because there's managers, there's people who want to come in and just because somebody's an icon, I want to put my stamp on this team and make an example out of this person. And I'm glad that didn't happen. You know. But just watching him play that game, and then that day he didn't, and he had to stay in ovation. Just so much respect for someone whose life was this game.
Yeah.
Whose family's life was this game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I would probably, because that was the most thing, and I would want to watch, which is going to sound weird for coming from me, but this is the case. I would want to watch Maryland winning the championship again.
Huh?
So, but that would,
the women or the men?
The men.
Okay. Well,
oh no, the women too, because I love my girl. I can watch all like 11 UConn championships, but I mean, there's so many to choose from.
Wow.
Because the UConn women.
Wait, explain to me, why would you want to, I don't understand, why the Maryland championship?
I've never seen anything mean that much to you.
Oh, all right.
Because that year before when they were so close and lost, like you were like devastated. And I know the Ravens won, you get psyched up, but Maryland winning and Gary Williams and that team. And just, with all those guys, like, I think with Baxter and everybody, like, you had this connection.
Yes.
With everybody on that team.
Yes.
You love that team.
Yes.
So just, because I remember your enthusiasm for it. So, and I didn't hate Maryland. So it was like, okay. And just seeing them win was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
So man. I would love just to, because I haven't seen that game probably since then. I don't even know.
I have it on tape. I have it on tape somewhere.
Tape. That's how old
I know it. Exactly. I don't have any DVDs of it. I have it on VHS.
Now, if I could watch Towson beat Louisville, if that was somewhere, I would watch that again.
All right.
But yeah, there's stuff like that. Or even I would watch the Boise State Oklahoma game when Boise State beat them. And,
with Adrian Peterson
probably
on the team.
Any Rose Bowl with Keith Jackson announcing, I'd watch.
Well, now that you say that, if there were one college football game to watch over, you know what that would be. The greatest one of all time in my mind. Oh, Vince Young versus
that was a great game,
dude. That is the best.
Freaking phenomenal.
Yeah,
that was going back, and I think that's the game that started getting you into college football.
Yes, it was.
Because for the long time, like, I don't know her. I was like, dude, it's.
You know what? I think I told you this before. Why does everybody, my wife, my daughters, and you, imitate my voice the exact same way?
Because it's the same exact voice.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do. It's the same.
I don't talk like that. But y'all all do it the same way. It's hilarious to me.
You got to think, if we all do it the same way, there's a common thread in between all those things, right? Oh, no, hurt. I mean, it's just the same thing. I remember Leslie was doing it one day. I swear I try not to follow. Because Leslie's Leslie. So Al Boogie was talking, and it was like, oh no, Les. Yo, dude, I had to turn my head. I had to back my head down. This is great. Like, this is, because, again, it's the same thing. It's just.
don't talk like that. Y'all listen to me talk every week. Do I really sound like that? Like, come on.
Yes, I do. Come on, Hurt. Man. Oh, that made my whole day. You know what? That's the perfect way to end this side. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please take care. Please wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. Sing Thong Song. Thong Song is 20 seconds, at least the chorus part of this 20 seconds.
Or you can sing the Arsenal song.
Or the Arsenal song. Wanking Tottenham Hotspur with the Rome See the Pope. Yeah. And just don't finish it off, please, especially not in front of the kids. And don't touch your face. And, of course, go buy toilet paper. But thank you. We'll be here next week. You know where we are. We're everywhere for any time that you want to download your podcast. We're on all the podcasting stations, Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're on all the social media outlets. You know all of them. I don't want to even go through them anymore. But we want to thank you so much for being here and follow us, especially on Facebook, because we actually have a topic on there. And we will see you next week.
Peace out and stay safe, everybody.